Alan Ochanda is hot on the heels of the Azimio campaign trail. Alan, what is happening today?
Well, Raila Odinga and his Azimio brigade are now coming to Kakamega and, of course, Western Kenya, where they are holding a series of meetings. He will be kicking off in Busia County, in Budalangi, of course, in a couple of minutes to come, and then he will be heading to Teso South, whereas his running mate, Martha Karua, will be kicking off in Webuye, that is in Bungoma County, before going to Trans Nzoia County. Of course, Kitale Town will be meeting the business community before all of them converging at the historical Buhungu Stadium. Remember that this is actually in the final efforts to ensure they pacify this region. Remember, on Sunday, Kenya Kwanza was here. They launched here a scathing attack on Azimio, really saying that this is actually their time, because remember that traditionally Raila Odinga has really enjoyed a stranglehold on this particular region. But let's just speak to one of the coordinators of Azimio in Western Kenya, Justin Mutobera. Maybe just tell us, Kiongozi, we've seen that Raila Odinga is actually coming here Wednesday, and it's actually just a couple of days before we head to the polls. What are your plans today for Azimio here?
My name is Justin Mutobera, the head of the Azimio Secretariat Western Region, and I want to say that we are prepared to receive Baba in Western. He is in Budalangi, he is in Teso South, to meet the leaders and the public. The running mate, Mama Martha Karua, is in Webuye, then he'll be in Trans Nzoia, and then they'll converge in Buhungu, and you know Buhungu, historically, that is where lawyers make their political statements. So it's a rallying call that people should come out and vote. And it is not a secret that this is Baba's stronghold. We know that the Deputy President has made some inroads, but they are not significant to deny Baba victory. And what we just want to urge now, those who are listening to us, that come out in large numbers in Buhungu to listen to Papa's last message. And other leaders from Western, of course, they are being hosted by the governor, Kakamega County, His Excellency Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya. And the mood is good, the preparations are going on, the stadium is set, and we are sure that come 9th, quite a number of people, not quite, a lot of people will come out to vote, and they'll be voting in support of Azimio and the presidential candidate. And we are sure of victory both at county, national, and even other seats at the lower level.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. We've seen President Uhuru Kenyatta was here yesterday, Tuesday, and he was in Nzoia, really dishing out cash to ensure he offsets the debts owed to farmers and workers of that particular troubled sugar miller. We also saw Raila Odinga when he was here a couple of weeks ago. He talked about the resuscitation of Mumias Sugar Company. Do we expect that when Raila Odinga makes his way here, he'll be talking about the ailing sugar industry or any other issue that we may maybe preempt that he'll be touching on that affects the people and residents of Western Kenya?
Yeah, I think one, the president is still president until a new president will be sworn in. So he's working, and we know Nzoia is troubled. The sugar industry is troubled. And you've seen in the Azimio manifesto that reviving of the sugar industry is part of Raila's agenda. And today, whether he mentions it or not, because at this time, I think people have heard more about the manifesto, about what the candidates want to do. So it's just reminding them. But of course, we expect that he'll say something about Mumias Sugar, because that is the backbone of our economy. And it is sad. And I want also to address the judiciary, that as much as people owe this company, but they should also look into the welfare of the people. These are public concern, these are public issue. Mumias Sugar is feeding millions and millions of people. So when they issue orders, they should look at both sides, the business and the business interests and the public interests. So we are not happy that once again the courts have stopped, and they are giving a very long period. You know, when you give orders and you will review them in November, and after that sometimes you force people to behave like they don't want to respect the courts. So we are sure, Baba, we are welcoming you, and the public are ready to listen to the last call and rally to vote.
Thanks so much. Justin Mutobera, one of the men here spearheading the campaigns for Azimio leader Raila Odinga, and so really touching on the issues that we think that Raila Odinga will be touching on, and of course majorly the sugar industry is actually the backbone of this particular region. Remember yesterday President Uhuru Kenyatta issued 500 million, 450 million was earmarked for the offsetting of debts owed to farmers, and then 50 million to offset the salaries for the workers of that particular trouble miller. And so we are expecting that when he makes his way to Busia, that maybe the issues that really affect the fishermen there is actually their alleged harassment by authorities from the neighboring Uganda. He may be addressing that because, of course, that is actually a diplomatic issue. And so he's really seeking to hold the highest office in the land. And so he may be pledging to ensure he addresses that for once and for all. And maybe in a Trans Nzoia, they'll be talking about, of course, that Trans Nzoia is one of the food baskets of the country. When Martha Karua makes her way to Trans Nzoia, they'll be talking about how to ensure they continue empowering the farmers to ensure they sustain the country in terms of food security. And so finally, they'll be converging